Okay, okay, okay. So I'm live, right? Let's see what I look like. Probably like a sunburned potato. Hold up a second. All right, cool. Let's go back to this. What the fuck is up, everybody? My name's Mark, and this is Sir Hunt's Reviews. And in this live stream, I'm gonna be getting completely naked and answering your question. No, I'm just kidding. I'm gonna be, chatting what happens next in the Song of Ice and Fire series, as well as with my channel. Oh yeah, I gotta do the live chat thing. Don't know why it doesn't fucking pop up. Try to give everyone a few minutes to get here. All who wants to watch. Probably only going to be doing about 30 minutes though, maybe at most. I just finished doing 3 videos for next week, so I'm kind of tired. And I just got back from the beach. Hold up. Wait, I forgot my fucking password. That should be it. Alright, yeah. There we go. Cool. What's up, everybody? Yes, that was me, Google. Calm the fuck down. You know, I've streamed doing this for like 100 times now. Are we dropping frames? No, okay, cool. Yeah, let's give everybody like 4 or 5 minutes to get here. I did say it was gonna be starting at 11, but we start early out this motherfucker. Don't tease us with being naked. Alright, I'll do this. Let's switch screens real quick. Alright. Oh, Sir Hunt's I'm naked from the waist down, too, as well. You just can't see because of the camera. I'm just kidding. Hell yeah, 100,000. Fucking strong. We lost like 300 subs because I didn't upload for a long time, but I mean, I kind of needed that break. It's like 2 years non-stop uploading, fucking, make anybody go crazy. Yes, it is a surprise stream. I wanted to upload a video today, but then I was like, nah. Like I said, I finished the 3 for next week though, so we got some shit coming. I finally finished the fan fiction too. I don't know if I'm gonna release that right away. It seems kind of cheesy after watching it. Making it, I was like, oh, this is gonna be so awesome, and then I watched it after making it, and I was like, yeah, I don't know about that one. If you would like, go ahead and start sending in questions or anything you want me to discuss. I do have a few talking points, but yeah, give me a couple minutes. Give everybody else a couple minutes to get cha, and then we're gonna get started on that cha. Yes, we will be starting shortly. Alright, let's get started. So we're gonna do this. And then, I don't know why it's kind of lagging out right there. And then I'm gonna do this. Live chat viewer. Every single time. Let me move the mic away from my fucking mouth. Anybody watch that Wiz Khalifa podcast with fucking Joe Rogan? It's pretty entertaining. I'm like halfway through it. Watch the one with John Witherspoon, though. That motherfucker's funny. Every time I come in the kitchen, you always eating the goddamn... Definitely one of my favorite movies. His son's pretty funny, too. It's not the wrong password, you... Maybe it is. No, that's the right password, you... Wait, no. See? Dude, what the fuck? Hang on. I didn't punch in the right email. Okay, there we go. Sorry about that. Alright, there you go. You should be able to see the goddamn chat right now. The goddamn chat. Yeah, for those of you who are curious, you know, I posted a little mini video of me riding on a jet ski, which is something I've never done before. I was in Outer Banks, North Carolina. Fucking, it's nice out there. Everything shuts down at like 7 o'clock, and there's no other black people. But aside from that, it was kind of fun. It was actually a lot of fun. Riding a jet ski was the most fun I've ever had in my life. Not even on the water, not just on the water, just in general. Most fun. It's like a fucking motorcycle on the open ocean. Insane. I had no idea. It cost a lot of money. It was like $60 for half an hour, but worth it. It's a lot of fun. I think I'm gonna fucking save up and buy a jet ski and move somewhere close to the water. Alright, let's talk about Game of Thrones. First off, shout out to all the people on, you know, a lot of people are just saying Redditors in general, but I pay attention. Shout out to the free folk for raising like well over 10 fucking grand for Emilia Clarke's Same You charity. That's what's up. Shout out to El Ilaria. When I saw that video yesterday, I was like, holy shit. She every time oh whoa, I didn't mean my face to go red. My screensaver is this dragon, and it makes my face go red every time I click out of a box. What the fuck? But yeah, no, when I saw that video, I was like, every time I see it, I just can't help but smile anytime she does like any kind of video like that. Like, oh man, I feel like she's talking to me. She isn't. But maybe she goes on the subreddits, and you know, maybe she's seen one of my comments. Maybe she's liked one of my comments or some shit. All right, let's actually do this. Come on, this is Aftermath. Oh, what are you doing, little nigga? What you doing? Come here, black boy. I got a kink in my neck. That's why I'm turning around like that. I took a bunch of CBD oil and it hasn't kicked in yet. Come here, buddy. Come here. Come here, baby. Oh, he don't want to. Whatever. Y'all can still see him right there, though. Yeah, baby. He was excited to see me when I first got back for like 10 minutes, and he was like, "All right, put me down, bitch." Cats are so mean. My dog, though, he's wants nothing more than to just sit on my leg. Someone's calling. Hey, this could be the mechanic about my Mustang, so hang on a second. Hello? Hello? Oh, cool, you just gonna call and not say nothing? Jackass. Fuck was that? I don't know who that was. But fuck you, buddy. Blocking that number. Got a lot of debt collectors calling me. Got a lot of medical bills that I didn't pay. Because I didn't realize they show up. Alright, man. Quit talking about some dumb shit. Alright, cool. Game of Thrones. I asked this question in the chat, and I do kind of feel this way. You know, now that the season, or the series has ended, the spoilers that were left in the comments were meaningless. So I went back and read a bunch of the old comments on the live streams, the videos that I did throughout the season, and people were calling me a shill. There's actually a small group of people that think that I was paid by HBO to review the TV show. First off, fucking, I guess thank you. I don't know. I guess you think that I'm good enough to get paid by HBO to review their fucking TV show. That's awesome. But also, no, I intentionally, and I did this last year and the year before that, and, the few months before season 6 started. It's so easy to bandwagon hate on something. I try to avoid to do that, especially if it's something that I enjoy enough to talk about on my YouTube channel. You know what I mean? But no, there's definitely some major issues with the final season, of course. But the finale, if you just sort of remove the first 30 minutes and you're just like, oh, Daenerys died on her dragon, or Daenerys flew off on Drogon, never to be seen again. She's never coming back to Westeros. Then the ending itself was actually extremely satisfying. I think... really the best way to enjoy it more is to, like I said, start from the beginning, get all the way to the end. One thing that did, aside from the finale being really good, one thing that did help with that rewatch is the pacing for season 8 doesn't seem as fast because you kind of get used to it post season 6. Like halfway through season 6, you start to see shit speed up, and then all the way through season 7, you're like, wow, I thought this was gonna happen. But it didn't. They just skipped over that. I think what made me so upset when I initially watched the finale, and I'm like doing my live stream after it, is the fact that it kind of, because so much was sped up and left out in the final episode, it kind of doesn't feel like you're watching Game of Thrones. It kind of feels like it kind of feels like you're watching a fan-made trailer of the ending, like just the montage and the skipping and the time jumps and all that. When you look at certain characters' arcs for the actual final season, they're pretty lackluster. And, that's what made the show famous, but also, no. Cersei has 3 lines in the first 3 episodes, or the first 4 episodes of the season. And then when you finally think she's going to do something, all she does is chop off Missandei's head. That was a big deal when it happened, but I'm saying, you thought it was going to be much more than that. I thought there would be, a face-to-face confrontation where you have... maybe Jon and Cersei, or Daenerys and Cersei, and then their guards are fighting their way to each other, and, one of them, Jon or Daenerys, was able to kill Cersei. I think that's the biggest thing, is that certain characters like Cersei, Jaime, even Bran, didn't really get what we all think, or I guess what I think was sort of justified for them. But like I said, that's what made the show famous. I don't know. There's always the opportunity for them to sort of redeem themselves with these successor shows, and I don't even know if I would consider it redeeming themselves. I think it was yesterday, the day before, Isaac Hempstead Wright said that George's idea, and I guess this should be fairly labeled a spoiler warning because, we haven't gotten Winds of Winter or Dream of Spring yet, but apparently George's plan was to make Bran the king too. There's obviously way more foreshadowing and way more, you can kind of see that happening in the books, but that may be one of the, plot points of the last novels. It's something that the books got spoiled by the TV show, Yeah, I don't know. I think Bran being king is actually the best choice when you think about it. He's like a robot, and I've said this before, he's emotionless. So sometimes you need someone who can remove all emotions from politics in order to do what's best. You also have to think that, there were, and this is more of a thing in the books as well, but, we have several famous Brans throughout history. We've got Bran the Builder, who's the guy that built the wall and supposedly designed Winterfell. This Bran the Broken is probably going to redesign King's Landing. He'll likely be credited with that. Maybe he'll change the name of it. I made a joke saying the next Iron Throne is actually just the wheel, his fucking wheelchair, and he's gonna pass it down to the next king, and they're gonna roll around the cow. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, I don't know. Let me jump in the chat. Holy shit, we got 238. That's what's up. Yeah. All right, let me give a shout out to everybody in the chat right now. We got Alar Bina, Amanda Bertelson, Boss Talk Live, Diane Burke, Forrest Blurta, Francis Torres, Genesis J, Halloween Jack, John Rod, Kamora 777, Linjam Marde, Mike Reiser, Nicola Jurikin, Pedro Neves, Shifty, Tanya Banton, Terry Melendez, Tiffany Darkwood, UJ Kim, Undead Polo, Vanessa Cervantes, I'm an idiot. Vanessa Cervantes, Wally C, Wolf Whisperer, and Yvette Vera. How are y'all doing? Shout out to y'all motherfuckers. Yeah, I mean, I've been playing a lot of this, too. I don't know if y'all can see this. This is fucking Westworld in the video game. I am the man in black. I am William. Oh my god, the game is so fun. I rode past this dude, and I had my gun out. And when you have your gun out in the game, people think you're going to do shit, because why else would you have your gun out? So a random NPC was like, listen, partner, I don't want no problems. But then he drew his fucking pistol and started shooting at me. So I rode ahead a little bit on my horse, and I turned around and pulled out my lasso and dragged this motherfucker off his horse for like 3 miles down the road. He's like screaming the whole time. He's like, ah, ah. Oh man, it was fucking, I felt like William dragging Logan. Oh, so good. This game is so much fun. You should get it. Get it. The shit is worth it, dude. Oh my god, so much fun. It's not out on PC yet, so I had to go get a real cheap little Xbox to play it, but hopefully it'll be on PC next year or something, or maybe the end of this year. Oh, it was so much fun. But yeah, Daenerys' character was ruined in the last season. She became the one thing she hated the most. I mean, I wouldn't say she was ruined, but I did say she became the one thing she hated the most. You said you beat the game. See, I play online. I didn't play the story mode. I never play story mode in games. It's boring as shit to me. I play online. And you can't, I don't think you can beat online. Like, you can, there's a million things to do. You can't beat it. Fortnite. Yeah, I was on Fortnite for a long time. Till like halfway through this year, and then I just got too old. I mean, I don't think her character was ruined. I think Jon's character was ruined, but that was because we all expected him to become Aragorn. We all expected him to be like, all right, I'm gonna sit this thing, I'm gonna take the throne. But him killing Daenerys somehow made him ineligible for the throne, which, I guess rightfully so. But I feel like Grey Worm and Jon should have fought. They were sort of building up to that, and they didn't. And somehow Grey Worm just let Jon live for months after, he killed Daenerys. Maybe the reason why Grey Worm didn't kill Jon is because there was no body. So maybe it, wasn't enough proof for him. Wait, no, that doesn't make sense. He was slaughtering Lannisters in the fucking streets. He should have killed Jon, dude. Like, I don't want Jon to die, but Jon stabbed Daenerys, and you have to pay for your crimes on this show. He got to go north of the wall, which is what he always wanted to do. Each one of the Starks became a ruler, in a sense, aside from Arya. Obviously, King Bran the Broken, Queen Sansa the North, and King Jon north of the wall. I mean, it's not that bad. Like, I have to remove myself. I think it's just, I was just stuck in the house too much. Now I've gotten to be on vacation, haven't had to upload, and I think about all of the amazingness and epicness that comes with this show, and major shit that I have with the final season is outweighed by the numerous really, really good seasons. There's people that pretend, that are like saying, oh, we should just pretend the show ended in season 5 or season 4 or whatever. No, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to watch all of it because that's how it was meant to be enjoyed. And that fucking change.org petition is hilarious. There was literally 1,000 comments that got held up in my spam folder. It was more than 1,000 comments that I had to go through and manually approve. But they were literally all just change.org petitions. What does it have, 1.5 million signatures? What did that accomplish? Other than whoever the fuck filled it out wasting 30 seconds that they'll never get back. I don't know, the whole Sonic the Hedgehog movie sort of gave people this idea that you can change art or you can just change a movie if you bitch about it enough. That ain't real fucking life. That's so stupid. That's so dumb. That's like when I worked at Chipotle, or just my 10 years of experience in restaurants, if when it got too busy, I walked out to all the customers and be like, hey, do you guys mind not coming in right now? I'm really busy and I need time to sort of catch up. That doesn't work like that. They fucking put it out and you choose whether to watch it or not. If you want to really do something that affects companies and maybe will make them start paying more attention to the fandom, don't support their product. Don't buy their shit. Like with The Last Jedi, I didn't pay to go see that movie. A friend sent me a link and I watched it online. That was my way of protesting that film. You know, I didn't put any of my money into it. The Change.org petition doesn't do anything but make people who signed it look like a jackass. No, I'm just kidding. I didn't sign it though, but yeah, there were millions and millions of fucking people that signed that shit, and then yeah, I don't know. Writing was a terrible. Character should have been fleshed out more. Yeah. Poor Grey Worm, his only lover died right in front of him. Yeah, but Grey Worm turned out to be a little punk bitch that didn't execute Jon. I don't get that. I don't understand that. Doesn't make any sense. Talk about the spin-off Sir Hunts with a bunch of hand clap emojis. All right. What do we need from a spin-off? I'll ask you guys. Please write in the chat. What do you want to see from a spin-off? I've said this before. My favorite idea for a spin-off is, and when I said it in the video, it was like really jumbled. I want it to be the Age of Heroes, right after most of those heroes have died, right? Because in Game of Thrones, we got the Age of Heroes, and we got to see the actual age. Like, we got to see Jon, Daenerys, Sansa, I'm just kidding, Arya. We watched them from the beginning and make it all the way up to their journey and to their last arcs. So we got to see the Age of Heroes. What I would like to see with the successor show is right after the first Age of Heroes. So we have a time frame where none of those characters were even born yet, but it's got a similar feeling as if it's like a sequel to Game of Thrones. Because all of these crazy famous individuals just have died, and now you're entering this age of dread almost because all the last heroes are dead. And then we can kind of... We know that, well, we don't know, but it's a theory that a lot of the heroes in modern day were modeled after the ones from the original, like with Tyrion being Lan the Clever, Jon Snow being Azor Ahai, or the prince that was promised, or the last hero, I guess. I don't know. It would feel very similar to Game of Thrones, but it would also be entirely different, and it would also give us a chance to explore further regions of Westeros, maybe at their height or at their glory. We saw... in Game of Thrones, the lowest part of Westeros. Like, during, let's say, if we wanted to, like, during the reign of Jaehaerys, that would be a good time to focus on the Targaryens at their strongest. You know, I would like to see parts of Westeros and parts of Essos and just parts of A Song of Ice and Fire and whole when they're at their prime. It would Lord of the Rings, too. It's like the Golden Age was 400 years before it actually started. I want to see something that's, like, at the peak in their prime, and it would cost more to make something like that, but it would also be extremely entertaining to watch all that get destroyed. Westeros wasn't really at its prime when we started the show, and we still watched it crumble. I feel like if they can do something along those lines, it would be safe, but it would also be extremely entertaining to get to see an insane amount of, like, dragons, you know, just so much cool shit. And, you know, George has more of a hands-on with this show, with this successor show. I think season 5 was when he left as, like, I think season 5 was the last season he wrote for, like, a few episodes during that, or maybe one episode during that. I don't know, I gotta try to crack my fucking neck. Ah, jeez, this shit hurts, dude. That CBD is not touching it. I should have got the roll-on thing. God damn, that shit hurts. Old Valyria, hell yeah, I would, that's a good one. I want to see Game of Thrones 100 years after what happened with the spin-off, The Long Night. We know what happened to them. They all died. The same for the Dragon Lord. I agree. I want to see something different, but I also want to see something along the same lines, because I fell in love with this show, and maybe there is another Targaryen out there that could steal my heart away like Daenerys Targaryen. But I doubt it. But, you know, maybe we could... You know what? I had this fucking image of Naomi Watts, who's going to be like one of the leads in the Successor show, or the one that they're filming a pilot for, the one that's probably going to get greenlit into like making at least a couple seasons of it. I had this badass image of her being portrayed as almost an older Daenerys. Like, she plays some Targaryen, and she just like arrives somewhere in Westeros or some shit with 3 fully grown dragons. So much to the point where there's no way to just, you can't take her down. She's just literally an older version of Daenerys, and we get to see that in the Successor show, and it's major callbacks and harks to that, you know, that moment where Daenerys finally embraces her dragon side when Drogon's wings are behind her in the last episode. That'd be really cool to get to see something like that, because then you'd be like, Daenerys may have been robbed character arc wise, but this chick right here, she's finna put in work and show you what the fucking true, you know what I mean? That'd be really cool. But yeah, and also she, a little bit of you know, Targaryen wigs actions, she will look just like an older Daenerys, a soccer mom Dany. Holy shit. Damn, eating too many fucking malt balls. Yeah, that's right. This video is sponsored by Whoppers. Just kidding. And Raw. We've been going on for like 30 minutes. Let me check out a chiropractor. He will help your neck for sure. See, I've heard that chiropractors are fucking scam artists. Now, I've never been to one, but I've heard that they are. Is that true? Like, I saw this one thing where they take your fucking, they take this like strap, wrap it around your arms or something, and put it on your neck, and then just yank. And when they do that, it fucking hurts. Like, you just hear, and then this fucking, this one of the videos I saw, this woman was having it done to her, and it was her first time, and she was literally sounding like someone was stabbing her, dude. It was nuts. She's like, like, that shit was crazy. It's like, I don't want to have my neck fucking broken, dog. I'm good with that shit. But yeah, nah. I did, when I went to urgent care several months ago, they told me that to go see this chiropractor, and they basically do this thing where you lay on the table and they pull your neck and your back or something like that. I don't know. And it decompresses your spine, but yeah. I don't know. I'll go check that out. I want to see Rhaegar and Lyanna's story that led to the rebellion and the birth of Jon, since they didn't do a flashback. I feel like that's the one thing now I know for sure they will not be doing. Because even if they did do that, it all leads up to nothing. Because Jon doesn't become king. You know what I mean? And I think that's why they were like, yeah, we aren't doing Robert's Rebellion. They try to say they told the story on the show, which they did. You know, there's a lot of shit that we don't know about. But also, that would be pointless. Because their love story doesn't mean shit. Jon's arc in the end is not what you think it's going to be. So that would be a giant waste of time. I would watch it. Obviously, I would fucking love it, but it would be a huge waste of time because Jon doesn't even become king in the end. And honestly, you could very seriously debate that his actions that he took in the last episode saved the kingdom. I'm pretty sure Dany would have calmed the fuck down if she had a chance to do that. She didn't. He gave her one fucking choice, and he was like, look, this bitch ain't changing her mind. She's stone cold. She doesn't sway in the wind. She didn't have all these advisors fucking murdered to her. She didn't have all these advisors close to her that got murdered within, like, literally 3 episodes. I don't want to take all that into consideration. This bitch is crazy. I'm going to stab her in the fucking heart because I'm a jackass. Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, no, I don't want to see that. I don't care about Jon Snow's lineage anymore. Like, it doesn't mean anything. And they can't really do something based on the Long Night because guess what? The White Walkers don't mean anything either. At least this version of it. So yeah, I think it would be safe to play more on the geopolitical aspect of Game of Thrones. You know, let's see the suspenseful thriller that made this show what it was. And then also dragons, and then, you know, a little bit of zombies. I wouldn't mind if the White Walkers weren't even a plot point. And I know they will be, but I'm saying I wouldn't mind if they didn't. Just because it's, in the end, it doesn't mean shit. So So, yeah, I don't know. I want them to focus on things that actually mean something. So, the Game of Thrones was the big thing. The actual game for the Iron Throne was a big thing. So, that's what they need to make this successor show based on. Not necessarily the game for the Iron Throne, but just the game for political power. Maybe they could sort of do like a mix of what's happening in Fire and Blood and just sort of combine some of those events that happened 100 or 150 years apart and just sort of condense it and kind of give us this new story altogether. But I want them to focus on something that actually means something. And Jon's lineage and the White Walker plot doesn't mean shit. It means nothing. So that's a waste of my time. I didn't mean to say it like, oh yeah, it's my time. You guys owe me something. No, but it's a waste of viewers' times. How about that? How about that? Doesn't mean shit. Don't mean nothing. Goddamn gay frogs! I don't want to debate. I see there's a bunch of people, a bunch of Jon stands in the chat saying Jon was right in what he did or something like that. But look, no, he wasn't. He should have given her more time. She should have had a proper trial. Just like how he was given a proper trial for killing someone in cold blood. Like, what he did actually makes me like his character a little less. You know what I'm saying? Because he's kind of a dickhead. And you know what's, if I'm not mistaken, I need to go back and double check, but I'm pretty sure the dagger that he used to kill Daenerys with is the same dagger that Ollie stabbed him in the chest. But no, I'm just kidding. But let me double check. Let me see. I can look right now, actually. Jon Snow dies. I will say, after watching him kill Daenerys, the same way he died, pretty much, watching his death is way easier, because he kind of had it coming. You know what I'm saying? For what he was going to do. Shit. No, the handle looks a little bit different. No, that handle looks fucking similar, dude. It's not quite as rounded. Let me pull up one of Daenerys', the one he killed Daenerys with. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's the same one that Ollie stabs him with. If not, very similar to it. Maybe it's supposed to invoke similar imagery. I will say that there's a bunch of promo shots of Jon from before Season 8 came out, and that goddamn dagger is in almost every single shot. So that was laying groundwork for it. He's had it since the Battle of the Bastards, maybe? You know, everyone's focusing on Longclaw, like, oh, Longclaw's eyes are opening. Nah, you should be paying attention to that other dagger. He's gonna murder our fucking queen with it. Well, bitch. I forgot I was live streaming for a second, but I was looking at a picture of him, a picture of Jon Snow, and I was like, you little bitch. Oh, man. Terry Melendez, mod status, executive P over at patreon.com. Speaking of which, there are like 280 people watching right now. Please slap a like on this video. That's what's up. You guys are fucking awesome. I'm going to be doing probably one live stream a week, but 3 videos a week for the foreseeable future. So 3 videos, 1 live stream, or maybe 2 videos, 1 live stream. Depends. May alternate every week, but that's going to be the upload schedule until we get more news on this successor show. Obviously, I'm going to start uploading a fuckload of Marvel content, too. We got Spider-Man Far From Home coming out, I think in July, beginning of July, so we got that. It's been hard for me to go back and rewatch Endgame, because, you know, it's been out for over a month now. Tony dies, and that's sort of like the same thing with Daenerys dying. She was the one person who got me into Game of Thrones. Titties! In Iron Man, I saw like fresh out of high school, so you know, it's kind of hard for me to go back and rewatch that. But I did break that down, and that video is up here somewhere, maybe linked down below in the description. I don't know. But yeah, Terry said, "Dude, chiropractors go. You will be surprised how well they can help. They have an amazing ethics code, so don't believe the negative BS. I personally recommend a chiropractor appointment." Well, it's not that. It's just like I kind of hear like they're like dentists in the sense that don't be a Jon hater. He's the one true king. Man, fuck Jon. He ain't the one true king. He's not. He's a bastard who's an irrational bastard who jumped the gun, who probably just could have waited a little bit. Let her clear her fucking head, bro. Just like, you don't understand. Calm down. You know, I think if he had waited, this would have been different. Things would have been different. We would have saw a baby Targaryen. Nah, instead we get to see a dead Daenerys. So Game of Thrones episode 3 was better than the Two Towers battle. Oh wait, let me finish saying what I was saying about Terry. Yeah, no. It's not that I'm trying to a lot of people say BS about chiropractors. Just I hear they're like dentists and they can actually fuck up your back so that you have to come to them more often. But that's just what I heard. I'll try to look into it. I need to see how much it is. Okay, so Gabriel Sarmiento says, so Game of Thrones episode 3 was better than the Two Towers battle. Yes. Hell yeah. The CG in Lord of the Rings does not age well. The movies do, but the fucking CG is terrible. And the battle in Winterfell, what the fuck did they call it? Episode 3, was it called Winterfell? I remember it was called Game of Thrones episode 69 for a while. They didn't release the title of the episode until after the fucking episode came out. But every week, there was fucking leaked pictures coming out like 2 hours before the episode, and then episode 2 got entirely leaked before then. But these motherfuckers somehow kept the episode titles on lock. Okay, I see y'all. Yeah, whatever. Yeah, no, definitely. Yeah, episode 3 battle was now the writing surrounding the Two Towers siege was better. But the actual battle itself, like all the shit that went into it, how it looks, the CG, hell no. That's going to hold up for 10 years of Game of Thrones. Not so much for Lord of the Rings. I think it's the fact that they use miniatures so much during that movie. Like a lot of the shots of Helm's Deep, the swooping shots, they were filmed on like that small little thing. And that kind of doesn't look as well, especially when you watch on like a really good monitor. Like I don't have a really, really good monitor, but it's 2560 by 1440. So it's decent. And it looks terrible when you watch it on like high quality shit. I've watched all of the Lord of the Rings movies on a 4K TV before, and they're amazing and they're good enough for me to get lost in them, but that CGI was terrible. I'm looking forward to them redoing the show, and that's going to be another major thing. That'll probably be out before we're supposed to, that thing's completely under wraps. We don't even know who the fuck's going to be starring it, but they're supposed to be coming up with something by late next year, and that's supposedly when we were going to be getting the trailer for the Game of Thrones successor show. So I have a lot of hope in us being saved by Tolkien, or like us having something to know, us having something to worship since Game of Thrones is over. Don't be a Jon hater. I'm not a Jon hater. Jon's one of my favorite characters. He's just a fucking dickhead for stabbing Daenerys in the heart. Man, get your adjustment and get a teeth cleaning. Man, get in your motherfucking timeout, bro. Smoking cigarettes and drinking coffee, it doesn't matter if you fucking get your teeth whitened. It kind of removes that effect. I'm not going to put you in a timeout, though. That would be a bitch move. I'll let my mods do it. Mods, handle that mother. I'm just kidding. Megan Davis. He didn't. Oh, someone else has in the conversation. What do I think of The Watcher? I haven't even seen that. I never played those games, so I never got into that. I haven't seen it. I did think the casting of Superman was kind of stupid, but whatever. Like I said, I don't play the game enough to even have an opinion. I've never played the game, actually. If it was season 7, Jon Snow would have never gone. Wait, what? So I'm not really mad at Dany? No. Why the fuck would I be mad at Dany? For killing innocent citizens in King's Landing? You guys gotta remember, those innocent citizens almost raped Sansa. They also are, not the best people. I'm just kidding. Now, I mean, I can't really see what she did as unjustified, though. Like, she gave them a chance. She told you motherfuckers, I'm here to save you, and they didn't want to be saved. So if she hadn't have burned down the city, they wouldn't have been able to establish this pseudo-democracy in Westeros. If she hadn't have done what she did, then, you know, there wouldn't be the type of ending that we have with Sansa being able to rule as queen in the north. Like, okay, if she didn't burn down the city, what would have happened was, actually, no, 'cause she could have stopped right when the bells were. She could have stopped. I guess I'm a little bit mad at her for that, but you gotta understand when you watch it and when you watch that behind the scenes shit, you really get an insight into her mindset, and it was, all of this has been for nothing. Like, I lost everything for nothing. Now they give up and they get to live and, you know, and act like basically I'm their queen now, blah, 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 blah. What she realized is that there would be a chance for her to lose it. So she wanted to make sure there were no chances for her to lose it. Like, lose the grasp on power. That speech that she gives to Jon right before he stabs her was not in her character at all. She just becomes fucking insane and just basically Viserys. It's the same facial reactions that Viserys gives to her back in the first season, when he's talking about how he deserves the crown and all this other shit. She's basically doing that, but it's reversed, and Jon is Daenerys in that scene, and Daenerys is Viserys. So, as much as people want to say that there is no foreshadowing for it, and as much as I want to say that it was a bad choice, it was there all along. I just don't think that speech was in her fucking, you know, they wrote it in a way where you're like, oh, she has to die. There's no end to it. You know, we all kind of saw this coming. I kept saying it. I just didn't want to believe it. But yeah, Bran being king is actually it's actually the best choice. And you can tell that that's George's doing on that. Like, you know, Isaac Hempstead Wright said that that's basically what he wanted, the way that he wanted Bran's character to end. Yeah. I mean, it makes the most sense. A king who wants for nothing would be the best king. Bran the Broken. And also, we all knew that the crippled bastards and broken things would inherit the earth. And that's exactly what they did. Arya got to travel west of Westeros. Sansa, one of the most broken characters, got to become queen in the north. Bran, the actual broken, got to become king of the Six Kingdoms. And Jon got to become king of the north, I guess. In the true north. So yeah, there's that. Well, damn, we've been rocking for like 45 minutes. Jody Niall Henderson says, fact, if Jon had accepted his father and mother's noble bloodlines and taken his given birth name, Dany would have turned on him. I agree, for sure. I didn't want her to, and I kind of saw that as being stupid. I was about to say the FGT RTD road. I was about to say retarded, but I don't want to use that because that's bad. Shout out to Tom Segoy's a water champ. Words. Big words. Fucking camp. If you don't watch Your Mom's House, you probably look at me like a madman. But if you do watch it, then that's what's up. Fucking camp. Big words. Yeah. Fuck, I forgot what I was saying. Oh, yeah. Dany turning on Jon. For sure, because that's what she was going... That's basically kind of what she was insinuating. Like, when he was saying, like, what if they think their way is right? He's like, my sister. And Daenerys, in those words, said they don't get to choose. And she basically was like, you know, I'm going to kill your sister. Get over it. You know what I mean? It's not your sister, it's your cousin. But yeah. The end was not good because it was rushed and there was no build-up. Go back and rewatch. I will say that it was rushed. We needed like 3 hours for that final episode. Daenerys shouldn't have been killed halfway through. That should have been something that was extended long. I would have loved to see her army at the gates of Winterfell. Then Jon tries to parlay with her, and then that scene were to happen. But no, it happened right away in the throne room. Which there was a lot of foreshadowing for that. So no, go back and rewatch Zerbo. Absolutely love Sir Hunt's videos. Thank you, Brandy. All right, well, I think this is a good point to wrap it up. We're at like 47 minutes, which is what the normal live stream times are for this channel. I want to thank you all so much for watching. If you could please slap a like on this. We got several videos coming next week. I hope you all enjoyed this. Make sure you subscribe and then turn your notifications on. My name's Sir Hunts, and this has been wait. My name's Mark, and this has been Sir Hunts. Reviews.